Alex Jones, InfoWars, $153 million, The Onion, and Elon Musk. Yep, today we got a doozy for you. But we also have a giant lesson in how to make money online. In fact, what you're going to learn in this video is going to show you how to go out there and start making money online today. And this is a method that not many people talk about. But first, we got a lot to unpack. Alex Jones, a popular conspiracy theorist, blogger, vlogger, unregulated news professional, has been popular for many, many years. In fact, he bought the domain name InfoWars.com back in 1999. And a lot of people might be saying, well, I might not agree with the things he says, which, yeah, a lot of the things he says are pretty crazy and sometimes harmful. However, many people think that this should be protected as free speech. Tell me what you think as a comment below. Because today, we're going to talk about what this means, why I think Alex Jones should not be protected, and a whole bunch of stuff that has to do with making money online and Alex Jones' $153 million empire. And also, we're going to be talking about many YouTubers and news outlets that are touting the domain InfoWars is practically worthless. And that is where they're all wrong. And that is a secret backdoor that'll make you a ton of money, if you're paying attention. Now let's go over Alex Jones and freedom of speech. If you commented below and you think that Alex Jones should be protected by freedom of speech, well, I strongly disagree. And I disagree for one reason. That is, he's in this business for profit, not simply going out there solving a cause. In my view, the minute something becomes for profit, the motives change. This is why online, it was mandated that affiliate marketers need to disclose when they're being paid by a third party. Because if I come on here and say this is the best coffee I ever tasted, and you go out and buy it, not knowing that that company basically paid me to shill their product whether I like it or not, that's completely different. Or let's say there's a company, like years ago, we dealt with a company that literally built their brand around writing fake reviews for other competitors in the market. Is this freedom of speech? Should they be able to go out there and spout lies about a company to build themselves up? Again, the for-profit motive changes everything. They're not simply just trying to give you good information. They are doing this for profit. And this method of down-talking other people to build yourself up was made popular in 2005 by the rich jerk Kelly Felix. He came out with a template, everyone used it, and bada bing, companies were born. And I believe that the profit motive changes everything. I mean, take a look at some of these TV preacher pastors. They claim to be healing people, yet apparently their God is completely broke because he needs money every 5 minutes. And I don't believe that freedom of speech was written with businesses in mind. I could be wrong, but again, this changes the entire motive. And when we're dealing with someone like Alex Jones, who is clearly in this for the profit, racking up $153 million in just a few short years, averaging about $53 million a year, and living a pretty comfortable life. It's not like he's some hermit living in the desert in a rundown mobile home, craving to get his message to you. No, friends. This is a for-profit business. And for-profit businesses should be treated as businesses and not people. Do you disagree? Let me know as the comments below. And now, let's dive in the computer, and I'm going to show you the hidden money loophole, what the InfoWars domain is actually worth, why I think this estimate of $199,000 is a complete joke, plus, I'm going to show you inside the secret world where profitable domain names go up for auction every single day. And if you know what you're buying, you can make a ton of money. Come on, let's dive in the computer, and I'll show you exactly how this whole thing works. Okay, so today we're looking into the domain flipping, domain buying and selling market. Now, according to Estabot, which is one of the more accurate appraisal tools for domains, we can see that the InfoWars.com domain is saying a value of $199,000, which I think is grossly underestimated, and I'm going to show you why. And this is where the secret money method is, because many domains that go up for sale or even expire each and every day are worth far more than most people think. And that's where we can swoop in and buy them for $10, $100, or maybe a couple $1,000 and flip them for much more. This is exactly what I've been doing since the start of my business in 1999. I've been buying and selling domains. I've bought and sold thousands of domains. My biggest sale was $25,000 on a domain I bought for 15 bucks. So yeah, there's a good ROI here. And what we need to do is we need to take a look at what the value of a domain is. And I thought, what better way than to look at this domain that's in the news from Alex Jones? Let's take a look at what the value is, because there's actually two ways to value a domain. We can value a domain based on the name alone. This is where you're going to see Estabot and these other companies like GoDaddy, where they appraise it and they say, okay, InfoWars is a good name, therefore we think it's worth $199 based on the words in the name alone. And even based on the name alone, I still think this is a very, very, very low estimate. And the second way to value a domain is based on what the domain is worth as a business. What is it worth in the rankings in Google? Did you know that every time you search something on Google, there are advertisers paying for that traffic? And there's also companies getting that traffic free. And if you can get a bunch of free traffic, well, friends, that's worth a lot of money. Now, what Alex Jones has managed to do with his domain name is he's built it up to where he's getting over 6.6 million visitors each and every month. But not just any visitors. These are visitors that are hypersensitive about a certain topic, mainly the conspiracies and the theories and some of the stuff that he shares. And while I don't agree with much of what he shares, I will say, as a business model, I think this is brilliant. What he did is go out there and tackle all of the news items and get traffic for those based on what's happening in current events. Much like I'm doing with this video where I'm talking about a domain name and sharing with you how you can use this information to make money, we are piggybacking on a topic that's already popular. That's literally how this guy got famous. He went out there and talked about things that were in pop culture, in the news, being talked about anyway, so there was a built-in traffic method. Now, if we were to go through and take a look at this alone, we can see, okay, the domain alone is worth money, the traffic alone is worth money, the type of traffic is worth even more money, and what is the actual rankings of the domain worth? This is the part we're going to zero in on that's going to help you make money. We can see here that this domain has 12 million backlinks. What does that mean? That means 12 million other websites are linking to this website as an authority in the niche. And if you've ever wondered how to rank at the top of Google, this is how you do it. You get a topic, and you get everyone in that topic to talk about your website or link back to your website. This is known as a backlink. What Alex Jones did is he had all these other smaller and sometimes even bigger news outlets and conspiracy theorists linking back to his content. So they would write and they'd say, hey, Alex has a good article about this topic, click here to view it. This boosts your clout in Google, which helps you rank at the top of the search engines. And ranking at the top of the search engines is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Yes, I said trillion with a T. So back to this domain, we could see that the traffic value as per Ahrefs, which again is grossly misunderestimated, is at $196,000 a month. What does that mean? That means if you were to buy these keywords on Google, you would spend like 200 grand a month or more for the same traffic he's getting for free. Starting to see why this domain is worth a lot of money? Good. Smash the like button. Let's continue on. Now, if we were to look at some of the keywords this ranks for, a lot of these are what is known as branded keywords. They are branded for the InfoWars, Alex Jones, all of the stuff that he's built. So most of the traffic is coming from branded stuff. However, we can also see that from an SEO standpoint, if we were to click on volume over here, they rank for different things like this news article, a person, some kind of liberty thing, and on we go. But again, it's mostly branded traffic. The people going to this domain are people who already know about the business. It's not so much people going out there and looking for news, that is how he built it, but now it's more or less branded. This means that over 600,000 people a month search for InfoWars on Google. More about that in just a minute. Let's take a look at his other domain, InfoWars Store. We can see here that they do start to rank for some other things like some kind of Zen product, a vitamin thing. different stuff like that. But again, not much going on other than the branded traffic. Now, when looking at traffic, we have to look at two things. One, the rankings in Google and the branded traffic. And two, what this domain would be worth if we were to build it up and make it our own based on what we want to build it about. So much like the Onion, they're buying this domain for the power, the backlinks, and the traffic already there. They pretty much take over this domain and boom, instantly 6.6 million people a month are going to go to their website. But not only that, they are also going to get the power associated with this domain name. So we can see here, back in around 2016, they had way more traffic, way more keywords. So for the Onion, if they were to build this up and go after keywords that got lots of traffic, not so much branded stuff, but news stuff. What did this person do? Who won the election? Or whatever they're going after, they will rank for it literally instantly. Why? Because this domain is powerful with over 12 million related backlinks. And it is kind of debatable right now whether the Onion actually has control of the domain. From my perspective, it looks like they actually do, because when we do a Who Is report, we can see that a lot of the info is actually redacted and taken down. So it looks like this domain is most likely not going to be in the hands of Alex Jones much longer. But what does that have to do with you, and what do I think this domain is worth? If I was going to estimate based on the paid traffic, the backlinks, the domain itself, the business he's built, I would say conservatively, this domain is probably worth about $2 to $3 million at auction, mostly due to what was built on the domain, not just the name itself. This is the most common mistake domain buyers make. They think the name itself is what's going to make them rich. But let's face it, there's a lot of domains that are taken, and there's not that many really good names left that are going to be worth a fortune. So we're going to look at a different metric, which is what the domain is worth in terms of rankings, in terms of traffic, and the whole 9 yards. This is like a domain I bought years ago. It was a tactical domain that was for the survival niche. I bought it for around $1,300. Immediately, within days, sold it for $5,300, and my client has been making money with it every single month ever since they bought it. In fact, it didn't take any time to get traffic. They bought the domain, bada bing, bada bang, they got the traffic instantly. And we can actually go to tools like Spamzilla over here, or even GoDaddy Auction, and we can take a look at the domains that are for sale right here, right now. And not only that, but we can organize them by how many rankings they have in Google, how much traffic they get, and we can take a look at what the domain is about. Now, going through, you're going to find that there's quite a few weird domains that have nothing to do with anything. And then you might find some, like this gluten-free one over here, that expires in just a few days, and it has over 1,000 rankings currently, and 2,700 rankings just very recently. And this is all in the gluten-free market. So looking at a domain like this, we know that gluten-free is a very popular market with lots of traffic and lots of money. Much like Alex Jones went into the market of conspiracies and water filters and living off the grid and all of these crazy things that sold really well. That is how he built a $50 million a year business. That and being really loud and obnoxious. Apparently, that attracts a lot of people. But we can see here, there's lots of different things for this gluten-free website. How long does Jell-O last? And different things like this. Now, we have to look at this and understand that these are mostly how-to keywords or how long or info type keywords, not so much stuff that we can actually make money for. If this was more like gluten-free diet and stuff like that, I'd be all over it like white on rice. This one more or less is not the type of traffic I want. Let's see what it used to have. We have like, does vermouth go bad? Cream of tartar, all kinds of stuff, whether it goes bad or not. Now, it did have 24,000 rankings in Google, and it does look like it still has traffic, so there's definitely value here. And we could see that with 3 days left to go, this one's going for like $950, which For this one, I'm probably priced out of it. That's not one I would buy. However, I do think the value does make sense if I was in the gluten market. We can also see several others here, and you could go through. We have meaning of a name, daily self-motivation. This one looks like it's ending in about 5 days. And daily self-motivation, if this has to do with self-motivation, that's a market that can actually make a lot of money. I can buy this domain and I will rank literally instantly. Now, it's important to note that when ranking for this, you want to make sure that you're building on what's there. Don't use these domains to go a different direction. Use them for what they're good at. Like if I was to take over Alex Jones' domain, I would want to make it about news stuff and conspiracies and things like that, but maybe not his style. I would use my style. So we're keeping in line with what was already there. And this method literally works like crazy. If I was to take a look at some of the ones that I bought recently, you can see that some of these domains were only like $5. And some of them have a good starting point of rankings that I can use to build a site about steamers or whatever it is. In fact, here's one I bought that was about all kinds of Pinterest stuff and how to grow a social media, which had a bunch of rankings, and it is now ranking today. We had a pumpkin website, a domain about Labrador puppies, which is perfect for different things about dogs, and on we go. And you can see that some of these were only like $100, $285, and this doesn't even include my GoDaddy account, where I've bought thousands of other domains. So this is a very, very profitable business if you're paying close attention. And going here and buying domains of businesses that went out of business, went bankrupt, or just don't want their domain anymore is actually a really easy way to make money. Again, make sure that you're making good content, really do the domain service, and use it as a springboard to build your business around. This is what I've been doing for years. We can take a simple domain name that basically had rankings in Google and for whatever reason dropped. Usually it's because the domain went up for auction or they stopped putting content on it or whatever it is. And then we just build it up. You can see I've been building this one, and now we're ranking for all sorts of different things related to WordPress. And I haven't even worked on this one that hard. I actually have an outsourcer that's doing it. I haven't had time to look at it at all. But what I want you to look at is the fact that every day tons of domains are auctioned or expired and go on sale. We want to take a look at what makes a domain valuable and what we're going to use it for. Sometimes I will go out there and I will buy domains based on a word I know is valuable. Maybe something like lawn care. If I can find a domain like Lawn Care Orlando or something like that, I know I can sell that pretty quickly. And since these have this little clock here, that means I can get them for like anywhere from a couple of cents to like 10 bucks. Super cheap. Or I could go through and do something like affiliate. Maybe there's domains in the affiliate marketing industry. And weeding through these, you could probably find some that are pretty good. Let's try money. What we want is something short or something with lots of backlinks. Here's one with moneythink.org. I can see this has an estimate of almost $1,200. And I could see here this one is going for like 2,500 bucks, but this one, Think Money, is only 188. So weeding through these, we can find domains that are worth money, buy them, and resell them. Or we can buy them and build them up. And sometimes you can find a diamond in the rough, like alaskabuild.com is valued at $1,300, yet I only bought it for like 40 bucks. Or like this one here, waterlifefilter.com, valued at almost $1,200, I got it for just a few bucks. And I know that this one is worth money, not just because of the name alone, but because it also had rankings in Google. And we could see that this is all about water filter stuff. And this is the kind of stuff that Alex Jones sold. So I don't have to go on a tirade about conspiracies and crazy stuff and hurt a bunch of feelings. All I would need to do is talk about the water filters and why they're good to have for all kinds of reasons. And ranking in Google, we could see that this domain actually ranked for over 1,000 different keywords. And if we were to look at the keyword water filter in SpyFu, we can see that advertisers are paying tons of money for this one keyword alone. That doesn't even include all the brands, what the water filters do, and everything like that. So using a domain like this is perfect for getting into the water filter market. Very cool, very inexpensive, and it's going to give me a boost unlike anything else. In fact, some of these domains I've actually ranked instantly. And I have some details on that in the videos in the description. And when we understand the value of domain names, like this Alex Jones domain and all the news and hype recently, we can understand that every single day domains like this are going on auction or expiring, and we can pick them up for pennies on the dollar, build a website, make money, or simply flip them and turn a profit super fast. This business is super underrated. And if you want to learn more about how to buy and sell domains for profit, I actually have a link in the description to my entire domain class. Yep, that's right. You can watch that now and learn everything you wanted to know about buying and selling domain names. And if you want to learn more and get notes from this video, including some of the domain lists and tools that I mentioned, hop on over to downloadmynotes.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.